Hey guys, how's it going? It's Al. We have my top stacks for week 13 on DraftKings. This is going to be it. We're going through my 5 top stacks this week. You know I'm going to double stack these. You know I'm going to bring it back with somebody on the other team because that is what puts me in the best position to be in position to have a chance at winning a large field tournament on DraftKings, as all the data has shown for the past 3.5 years, and I am having my best, most consistent season in large field GPP utilizing this strategy. So I'm not just telling you to do the thing and I'm not doing it myself. All of my lineups this year in the Millionaire Maker have basically been double stack with bring back, and about half of those weeks from site to site, I have had a top 100 lineup in the Millionaire Maker, giving myself a chance. I'm one play away. Come on, DraftKings. I'm one play away. Give me that 35-yard touchdown late in the fourth quarter to push me from like 27th place up into first. Let me bank one more. But that's how I'm doing. If you want to play differently, if you just want a single stack, if you want to say, you look, the guy that's won did not have a double, play however you want. This is what puts you on the right side of the math. This is how you leverage the field. This is how you put yourself in a position to consistently win tournaments as opposed to randomly trying to do that. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you clicking every single day on this channel. For the new people who are here watching, thank you very much. We have a 10% rule on this channel. The 10% rule means this video, I think, should get around 10,000 views. That means that we need 1,000 or more likes on this video by the time this kicks off on Sunday. So drop a like on the video. It costs you absolutely nothing, and it helps the channel out. It helps me as a creator in ways greater than you can imagine. Also, subscribe to the channel, ring the notifications bell, and leave me a comment down below. I'm only going to talk about 5 stacks. Is there another stack that you want to play that I did not mention? It's not because I have no love for them. It's just because I only named 5. Let me know who you are excited to play in your stack or double stacks or however you're going to do it in tournaments this week. And let's go.
He's a legend.
The Smiz Gang Listener League for week 13 is posted. Most people have been able to find this throughout the season. It's the same link every single week. The link to join is smizzle.tv/league. I take all of the work and effort out of it for you. Bookmark that link. As soon as I have the new one from DraftKings on Monday, you click the link, it'll take you to the new sign up page. The link also exists if you click show more on the description right down below the video, and on about half of these videos, including this video today, in the pinned comment in the replies, it will also be there. Very easy to find, very easy for you to get to. There are 855 people. There are 3,000 people that will fill this. $10, 3 max, 30,000 in the prize pool. Absolutely no rake. I will shout out all 10 of the top 10 when we get to the recap video, which exists on the second channel, Al Smizzle Games, which comes out every Monday afternoon, recapping how we did the previous week. So get in there, compete against all the other members of the Smiz Gang, and hopefully you're one of those 10 people that we shout out. Should be easy to find. Our first stack of the week was right on the cover. There's way too... Derek Carr is the best value stack this week. Squares off against Las Vegas. Now... squares off against Washington. He is on Las Vegas. I know he said Las Vegas in the comments. Washington is allowed like 6.6% touchdown percentage on pass attempts this season. If you have a quarterback who throws 6.6% of their attempts for touchdowns, they'd be the best quarterback ever from an efficiency standpoint. Aaron Rodgers has a career 6.2% touchdown percentage, and Russ Wilson has like a 6 to a 6.1% touchdown percentage on all of their attempts in their career. 6.6 is absolutely absurd. They're not good at defending the pass, and without their best pass rushers, who are basically out for the current time, you have Derek Carr at 6K at home against this team, and there's value attached to him. One, Renfro at 5,800 is fine. Zay Jones has taken over Brian Edwards' spot, so he's 3,200. that's not going to show in the target tree. And we have Darren Waller, who is currently not expected to play. He was a spectator on Thursday's practice, was not on the field, doubtful to play this weekend, which opens up the island of Foster Moreau, who in the one game that he played in lieu of Darren Waller this year, caught all 6 of the balls headed his way for 60 yards and a 6-point touchdown, totaling 18 points at 2,500. I'm not saying he's going to have 18 points, but he is going to be one of the most popular plays on the slate. He is a cash game lock for us this week. He should be in your cash game. Let somebody else figure out what they're doing at tight end. Just play Foster Moreau. It opens up too much. So looking at the Raiders' total targets this year, Waller and his 21% of targets are gone. Those get vacated. I'm expecting Renfrow to probably bump up to about a 25% of the target market share. Washington also one of the worst teams in terms of stopping third down completions. They have a really high percentage of completions on third downs, and Hunter Renfrow has more third down targets than more third down catches than any other Raider has third down targets. Ridiculous. Bryan Edwards basically ceded all of the snaps that he was getting to Zay Jones. So his 5.4% of the target market share is going to climb. And based on the way that the Raiders have to play, I expect Deshaun Jackson to get about a similar usage to what he got last week on Thanksgiving. I'm not saying he's going to have 100 yards, but they have to test. They have to put him out there to pull the safeties off the line of scrimmage. So let's go over to the RotoGrinders lineup builder. We focus on this every single week on this show. We go to team player groups, right here in their lineup HQ. Head over to team player groups. We've got Derek Carr. I'm going to use exactly 2 of the players that go along with him. Trash Boat, thank you very much for the 6 months. And we're going to X out all the players. They shifted things around on me this week. We're going to leave Moreau in that lineup. Although you may want to limit him. I think he's going to be way higher than this 13.5% in tournaments this week because he opens up too much. But if he's at 13%, I'm totally okay with it. I personally think that Zay Jones is the better play. I'll leave Edwards in for now, but I think Zay Jones has taken that job away. And I may just X out Edwards by the time the weekend gets here to have a more condensed group here along with Derek Carr for my double stacks. Our second stack, what Justin Jefferson is to 5 under 5 on Saturdays, Tom Brady is to top stacks. Hey guys, guess what? Tom Brady's really good. He throws a lot of touchdown passes. He has 30 of them so far in 12 weeks. I don't expect him to continue on this slump that he's been on for the last 3 weeks, but even in a slump, he has thrown for 5 touchdowns. They did score over their team total last week again, which was 30.5, getting 38 points, but all the touchdowns went to the running backs. 1 pass to Fournette, 2 more on the ground for him, and 1 more for Ronald Jones. I think that's going to shift back. Atlanta, a great spot for us to attack. Yes, everybody is in play for the Buccaneers, whether you want to play the passing game or you want to play the receivers. Godwin in, Antonio Brown already ruled out by the coaching staff. Gronk is a good play. Mike Evans is a good play. If you wanted to take kind of a shot in tournaments and go somewhere else, like with Scotty Miller, or if you wanted to include Leonard Fournette, I'm probably not going to include Leonard Fournette in my Tom Brady lineups. He is getting enough of targets to kind of warrant it. But if I'm going to double stack Brady, I want it to be to the wideouts. I'm going to utilize Leonard Fournette as leverage against those Tom Brady stacks in tournaments. But basically, if you wanted to go with Tyler Johnson, or if you wanted to go with Scotty Miller as that last guy in the stack, that's fine with me. But as we head over here, I am going to go over to Tampa Bay using 2. I'm going to isolate probably to just the very small group, not including him and not including him, of this trio, and run that through all of the different Tom Brady stacks that I run, as well as having a bring back from Atlanta based on who's healthy on the other side. Godwin expected to be the most popular play out of this stack with Mike Evans at 5%. There is not a 5 times greater chance that that Chris Godwin has a 25-point day than Mike Evans this week. So like Evans looking like the best tournament play out of this grouping. Adjust your lineups accordingly. Justin Herbert. How do you not love this kid? Perfect for tournaments, right? He is either like he's a total cliff diver this year, right? He does throw the ball enough to get us in range for that 300-yard bonus. But games over 25 points, that number that kind of makes them viable for us in tournaments for stacks and double stacks, under, over, way over, way over, way over, around it. Right? So like, we've said how many times this year we're not trying to min cash. We're trying to get all the way up near that top 10, and hopefully, that's where all the money is, and hopefully in that top 1, 2, or 3 where we can take home a ton of the money. The Chargers are one team that I will allow the running back to be involved in the stack because of the super high market share of targets that Austin Eckler gets on this team. And Keenan Allen would be in that group, and Mike Williams would be in that group. Tight end I typically minimize with him because there's just too many of them. And Cook and Parham and even Steven Anderson, they're splitting too many targets and too many routes that I'm probably going to wait. I'll allow for Cook, but I'm going to minimize him versus those other players. Now looking at them, kind of fits. Keenan Allen, 27.5% of the market share targets. And if you did not see Keenan Allen's quote, the question was, does Herbert throw the ball too hard? Go look up the quote that he gave on, people are saying that he throws the ball too hard. And he's like, man, you better turn that jugs machine up because I want him to, you can't throw it too hard. Let me practice. I'll learn to catch it. There were some colorful language involved in there as well, but it's a great quote. Go check that out. Mike Williams at 20% of the targets, big time upside here. Again, good, big floor ceiling gap. Not a cash gameplay, but perfect for tournaments. Austin Eckler third at 15% of the targets. And Jared Cook there. So going back over to the lineup HQ, we click on this particular group with Herbert. I'm going to X out Kelly, going to X out him, Parham, him, not going to use Guyton, not going to use Palmer, not enough routes and snaps. Just this condensed group is going to be sprinkled through those, and then I'll bring it back with somebody on the other side. Thank you guys for taking part in our charity fundraiser for No Kid Hungry. You guys have been absolutely awesome this year. We crossed $25,000 already, and I reset it higher to $35,000. If we can get up to $35,000 raised, and we've already crossed $26,000 raised on the year, I will donate another $25,000, making it $65,000 from me personally, $35,000 from you, totaling $100,000 raised for No Kid Hungry. No kid should be food insecure in this country. We can do something about it. Every single dollar helps. If you've benefited from this content or if you've won this season, please take a little bit. Go to smizzle.tv/charity, 100% tax deductible. There's a link down below in the description. Click show more. It's right in there. Thank you. Matthew Stafford. You realize for like the first 8-9 weeks, maybe 10 weeks of the season, if all we did was just have half our tournament lineups be Matthew Stafford doubles and half our tournament lineups be Tom Brady doubles, we probably would have won a whole bunch of money this season. Unfortunately, I only had like 10 to 15% and didn't win every single week. Worked in high stakes, worked in low stakes, worked everywhere. Rams have lost 3 straight. People are saying that like, oh, they might bail off. Oh, I don't know. They don't look good. I love that. I want people off of Matthew Stafford. Please stop playing Rams. Please get them at lower. Cooper Kupp's too much now. Odell Beckham Jr.'s washed. Van Jefferson, I got to wait and see on him. Are you freaking kidding me? I'll take Matthew Stafford. Y'all can stay away. That's fine. I'll take the fact that, yeah, he had those 2 slumpy type weeks, had 300 yards and 3 touchdowns last week, and certainly could viably carry guys along with him in that double stack. Cooper Kupp in play, Odell Beckham Jr. in play, Jefferson in play. Higbee's going to play a ton of snaps, plays like 90% of the snaps, getting a good amount of targets, but not really paying off. Should theoretically see some touchdown regression in a good way because he is underperforming based on targets and yards versus how many touchdowns he should have this year, especially when you factor in his inside the 10 targets. So he might bounce as well and is not going to be at a very high percentage either in tournaments. Going over back to the lineup HQ, not going to use Darrell Henderson in those stacks. Monitor his injury as the week goes on. If he plays, he's great play at 6,100. Anytime he's healthy, he's playing 80% plus of the running back snaps there for them. As you can see, 2.7% projected for Higbee right now. Kupp at 7%. If the Rams are a sneaky stack this week, I'll be very surprised because these numbers seem low to me, and I would love it if they hold. because multiple touchdown upside, a team total of over 30 again. There are bring back plays on the Jaguars that are cheap to allow you to afford Cooper Kupp in those lineups. So like the Rams just look like a pay up to be contrarian double stack this week, and I absolutely positively love it. The vomit stack of the week, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll give you a second. I know you hate it. It's okay. I'll hold your hair. Okay. Ben does not have the arm that he used to have. Does not have the arm that he used to have. I know. He's got a noodle arm at this point. Can't get the ball downfield. He's cheap. He may not start. Didn't practice on Wednesday. If he doesn't start, Mason Rudolph is 4,800. 5K 4,800. Fine. Whatever. They're playing against the Ravens, who have performed poorly against the pass. They have given up the 10th most points to opposing wide receivers in the league. Deontay Johnson, can we just go ahead and project him for 13 targets? We just do that? He's also had 4 deep targets, 2 straight weeks for the first time in his career. So we get the dink and dunk, that 1.65 expected points per target based on his average depth of target, on top of now having that big splash play possibility on top of it, as they are looking downfield to him way more this season than they have in years past. So we have a really high floor combined with a really high ceiling, regardless of who the quarterback is, because the one game where Mason Rudolph started for him, Deontay Johnson still had a really solid week. Monitor the rest of the wide receivers to see their health. Same goes for Freiermuth. If he is Luth this weekend, then we will play him. If he is not Luth, then we will not play him. Based on the concussion, he was listed as a full participant on Wednesday. So monitor that as it goes on. Very low played, low dollar, access to a floor and ceiling. If you want to include Najee Harris, you can. I'm probably not going to in these stacks because I want to get off and just get myself to a different type of look here. Freiermuth at under 5 right now. Deontay Johnson, getting him out of there, and then monitor this other situation. Johnson's the only guy that's going to carry with him any sort of percentage. You can bring it back with anybody that you want on Baltimore. And then you just head on over to the lineup HQ, go to your player pool. My best buys will be in this as soon as I send them over to DraftKings, to RotoGrinders later on today. You hit your build 150 lineups, boom, build, and it's going to use those rules to do the thing that you want. You can take those, upload them to DraftKings. You can build them on FanDuel and put them up over there. All the great content they have, go to smizzle.tv/RotoGrinders and check it out and support the people that support us. So thank you guys for being here. I wish you the best of luck this week. Look out for another video right there.
He's a legend.